So let's talk about letting go, why it's so hard, what's really going on, and maybe talk about a few things that might help. There's a strange contradiction in the way people talk about letting go. Everybody agrees that it's very important. Let go of the past, let go of resentment, let go of that relationship that's ended, let go of a version of yourself that you thought you might have. But if it was really that simple, people wouldn't spend years trying to do it, trying to let go. Because letting go can't just be seen as emotional, it's also neurological. The way I explain it in my own head is that my mind isn't holding on because it enjoys suffering, although it sometimes seems that way. It's holding on because it thinks remembering the pain might protect me from experiencing it again. And I think that's where I and maybe most people probably get stuck. We think letting go means pretending that something didn't matter. But letting go isn't forgetting. It's teaching your nervous system that the bad thing or the danger, the breakup it's holding on to has passed. And the first pattern to see is your brain wants to finish the story. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to let go is because the mind has a need for narrative closure. Your brain likes complete stories. It likes beginnings with middles that have ends. But many painful experiences don't end cleanly. A relationship might end without explanation. Someone betrays your trust and never apologizes. Or a dream that you worked so hard towards falls apart. Your brain keeps replaying the moment not because it enjoys it, but because it's trying to solve it. If I understand what happened, maybe I can stop it from happening again. That's how I feel my mind works. The problem is that some experiences don't always come with answers. And that means the search for closure then becomes endless. And it's a thing that keeps you tied to the past. The second pattern, pain feels like control. There's another reason letting go feels so dangerous. You see, pain feels familiar, and something that's familiar creates the illusion of control. Think about it. If you keep replaying what happened, if you stay angry, if you keep analyzing every detail, it feels like you're doing something, like you're protecting yourself. But in reality, you're standing in the same moment over and over and over again, ruminating. Your brain confuses processing with progress. And that's why people can spend years thinking about something that only happened once. The third pattern, letting go feels like losing something. Sometimes we don't hold on to the pain because we want the pain. We hold on to it because we don't want to lose what that pain represents. A relationship that mattered, a version of yourself that you thought you could be proud of, or a future you imagined, a person you loved. Letting go can feel like admitting that version or that vision or that person is really gone. And that's frightening because grief isn't about just what happened. It's about what could have been, but never did get a chance to happen. So the mind keeps holding on. And it's not to torture you because that part of me, that part of you, is still hoping that the story someday might change. So, what letting go actually means, letting go doesn't mean the past has to stop existing. It means the past stops running your nervous system. There's a difference between remembering something and reliving it every time you think about it. Healing is somewhere in between those two. And that somewhere grows slowly, so more of the past story fits into it. And it's not through force, it's through understanding. And your nervous system has a story when it's letting go of something too. When something painful happens, your brain stores more than just the memory. It stores the whole emotional state, the whole emotional stack, the tension, the sense of danger, the anger, the sadness, the guilt, the grief. That's why certain places or songs or conversations can suddenly pull you back into the same feeling from years ago. And this is years later. Your body is trying to protect you, but it doesn't always realize that the threat is over. And letting go often begins when your nervous system finally experiences something different: safety or consistency, moments where nothing bad happens. And over time, your brain will learn something new. Maybe I don't need to keep reliving this past event just to feel safe, or that it won't happen again. And something that really helped many people, it helped me. Instead of asking, why did this have to happen? Or why did this have to happen to me? Start asking, what part of my life is still shaped by this event, for the good and for the bad? Because I don't think the goal of healing is to erase the past. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. It's to stop organizing the present and your future around that event. I think that's the real freedom people are searching for when they talk about healing or talk about letting go. And what letting go looks like. It looks like thinking about something painful and noticing it no longer controls your whole day. Or seeing someone connected to your past and feeling neutral instead of tense. Or remembering a moment that once hurt and realizing how now it feels just like a chapter of the book, but not the whole story. Because a few of those little things mean that the events that you're holding on to have finally moved to where they belong, behind you, in the past. You see, most people think of letting go as something you only have to do once. As if it's a decision or a moment, when in reality, it's something that you have to practice. Not by forcing yourself to forget, though, but by slowly proving that your mind, that life is larger than just the moments that hurt you. Your brain learned to hold on because it was trying to protect you from these things happening again, maybe. And letting go isn't fighting that instinct or your own instinct. It's teaching your brain or your mind that its protection is no longer needed when it comes to this event or that thing or that person. And when that lesson finally lands, this is what happens. The memory stays, but the weight it holds disappears. And that's when the past stops being something you have to carry and becomes something you survived to become the person you are today. My name is John. You're welcome to be here, and you're more than welcome to stay here.